let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about zombies, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say hey. And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram. Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, man, we're going to be talking about videos, zombies here in this video, because you know what we're all about in the BCC. The Big Cat Consciousness, the Big Cat Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you naturally raise your HGH and your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about some zombies. And I know it might sound like, what are you talking about? And essentially it's all in your head anyways, because a zombie more or less is somebody that takes away your energy. And we're talking about, what's in your head. Zombie, 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 hey. Hey, I had to get a quick Cranberry reference. Of course, Bad Wolf's doing it right now. We got the new moon. Might as well howl it out. Oh yeah, you know me, I'm a lunatic, and I feel really inspired and excited to tell you about this, because like I say, before we go further, the smile's divine. It's made inside the mind, and essentially everybody's got a zombie out there that's taking away the energy from you, but I'm here to help you grab it back and let you know that it's all inside, and everything that you create is all perspective. It's all your perception anyways, is all I meant to say. And me, every single day before my feet hit the ground, I always got to start it with the gratitude attitude. You know the sound. Go ahead and take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude. And essentially, you got to thank yourself. And you ought to count your blessings. You're still a healthy person. You gotta count your blessings, like Rocky Balboa says. And anytime that you get to deal with somebody that's robbing your energy, you're able to get yourself back, pick yourself up, and be able to look at it from a clearer perspective and understand that, all right, you know what? It wasn't just this person that was doing this. It was the way that I was interpreting the way that they're putting it on me. And I know this might sound like, every day, like your boss might be draining you, or you got a friend that might be draining you. You might have somebody that gives you a phone call, and it's just like, it's like, do you even want to be on the phone right now? It's like you want to hang it up, but sometimes you can't. You got to be there to hold the space and hold that peace of mind, because sometimes just you being there and giving presence is given a lot of respect. But of course, your energy is priceless, and we got to understand that, and especially in the holistic community, everybody talks about everything's energy. And when you wake up in the morning, the first 10 minutes is how you start your day, and if you don't do that, this and that, it's going to ruin the way that you go. And I'm here to tell you that you can grab energy any which way that you flow, because it's always there for you to grab. You ain't got to listen to, it is a great idea to be starting off on the right foot, but you didn't blow the whole day if you started off on the wrong foot. It's at the time that you notice it that you can grab it back, because life only occurs in the moment. So understand that, write that down. Life only occurs in the moment. And of course, I got to share what I always know, and that's energy's always there to help you flow. So go ahead and grab this pump with me, because we're going to talk about the mind muscle connection at any given time, where I can show you to increase your size, putting your mind into the muscle, showing you that you got the possibility at any given time to just grab the energy that's flowing around you. It doesn't matter how cold it is outside, who you were talking to on the phone. If you want to get a juicy pump, doesn't matter what's going on outside. All that matters is you can grab it inside and harness the divine, because like I say, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. You can go ahead and write that down. It's a beautiful mantra. It's something to get you around. And of course, when you're at the gym, You want to say some positive mantras throughout the day, you can go ahead and give some gratitude saying, I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder. Actually, that one was for the penis, but I'm still going. That's one you should say for that. I'll go ahead and say that anyways. I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder abundantly. You could say that when you're getting a pump in, but this all comes down to what Paramahansa Yogananda says, the one that wrote the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. Steve Jobs intends on us to read it. He says the ones that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do, and I really feel that through. And like I say, the mind being the wielder of muscle, what Paramahansa says is you putting your mind into the size, not worrying about how many sets, how many reps. It's all about your breath and how you feel it when you're breathing, because I'm sweating right now, naked in a chair, long hair flowing, skin glowing, spirit knowing, body growing that we're doing something right. And like I say, man, whenever you gotta get that one last rep out, I'm really feeling it all boiling up. I'm feeling the virile sweat dripping out my pores. And like I say, if you gotta get that one last rep out, you scream and you shout, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, getting lit 2020, let's grow huge. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And you know me, always showing you that energy is always there for you to just go to. And that's what I'm just, I'm here to show you, man. It's a beautiful thing. You got a beautiful pump. You know me, got a bullet locked and loaded. Excuse me, salute. Oh yeah, antifreeze. Oh man, I had to get that in. It's been a long day, and I've been really inspired to share this with you today, this message about zombies and how you shouldn't let anybody rob you of your energy, but of course you can always grab it back at any given time. And that's what I'm here to always remind you of. Like, you can't just be beat up. You can't let the world take you out there and beat you to your knees permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody's gonna hit as hard as life. But it's not about how much you can, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how what is done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so of course I had to give you a quick Rocky Balboa reference, but nonetheless, it always holds reference in this because, if you got somebody robbing your energy, it's the only person to blame is right here. You create your own energy, you create your own reality. And I know it's easier said than done for certain situations when you don't know what this person brings to you and how this makes you feel. Understood, but understand this. You're the one that can make yourself win. Like I say, if the smile is divine, it's made inside the mind. If you're grinning, you're winning. Go ahead and just smile at yourself. Even when you're not feeling it, I'm telling you, it will pull you out of a jam. And that might sound like you don't feel like smiling at a certain time, but just go ahead, grab yourself a quick moment, take yourself a salute in the mirror, brush your teeth, because what it all comes down to is, like I always say, man, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear, man. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And the way that these all, affect the way that, you manifest the best and get, and like I said, I got techniques and helping you, for, the super edging, the super jelking, the super Kegels, all that stuff can be taught more hands-on. And of course, I just got done doing me a 3-hour session with, some cock rings and a real heavy duty edge session. So if you might see me all kind of, crazy, especially with this new moon going, got me growing. And like I said, I'm always here to be flowing to, teach you guys, the ways of, the grow, because essentially there's no wrong way to this. It's a 2-way, 3-way, million different way street. And I find that I find that the information that comes to me is what I'm open to receiving, and I'm here to share it to you in the package that, that is, being radiated out through me. And this is what I'm here sharing, that, there's more than one technique that you might have heard, and I'm learning these things along the way. And they, essentially, this is beyond me. And what I'm learning by, with my super edging and masturbation for manifestation, and, these are techniques that really help me increase my size, keep my testosterone and my human growth hormone going, and understanding that your mind is, it's not only, it's the wielder of everything. I mean, you're the one that's going to essentially tell you what the food and everything is doing to you. Because, you got all these people out there, whether they're, going down that holistic rabbit hole of, like some people won't even make you eat like fruit, you know what I mean? Like, and then some people will only tell you to eat fruit. Then some people will say, don't drink coffee. This guy will say, put coffee up your gulu. Another guy will say, another guy will tell you to do, there's, like I said, there's so many different ways to this. It's all about what you feel. Because, like I said, it all comes in here. And like I say, man, if you're coming with love, you're coming with energy, you can do no wrong. Every single time I get that heart pumping, I got to share that matrix hack every single time, every single way. Because if you hear somebody on the phone, you see somebody in traffic, you just have somebody run across your mind, just intend on that person to have a beautiful day, feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day, and you just hacked the matrix. You made the world a better place. And I know that might sound like, what does that have to do with anything? Your mind creates the reality. You start with the love in yourself, and you start spreading love out there and just changing your perspective on how, you react to people. Especially with, if you have like older connections that you made where you have a presence. Being like, like your family and friends that know you a certain way and they expect you to play a certain role. The role is being played because it's the one that you've been led to lead. And you got the opportunity to change it at any given time, but you got to change the story inside. And that's what you got to do. So you got to be more neutral in these situations, because essentially your friends and your family, they might have installed the buttons to pull your triggers, but you're the one that can reset the trigger. Be like, you know what, this button ain't working no more. So you can go ahead and deactivate the switch. Like, whenever I take my hat and I move it back, it's like a switch. And I turn it on my sheet. That's right, over the top analogy. The arm wrestling movie with Sly, Stallone had to get you one in there. You know what I mean? But essentially, that's right. I mean, people, if you got friends and family or people that just know how to push your buttons, they're the one that installed it, but you're the one that can make the switch. And essentially, these are all people that can be like the zombies that are draining the energy in your life. And I'm here to let you know that nobody's really the zombie, man. There's no zombies out there, unless that's what you want to believe. Because like I say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you. So if you believe in the real zombie apocalypse and this, that, and the other, and you want to entertain that, sky's falling down, and we got 5G and scanners, and you want to go down that rabbit hole of living, I mean, hey, man, teach their own. But I'm just here to tell you that, this place is magic. You can create whatever you want. You can have some fun while you're here, and whenever you're smiling, you're doing something right. And there's no need to listen to everybody's tip and trick on, things that you might not resonate with. Because it's like I said, you might not want to not eat McDonald's and be a vegan. And like I said, if you want to be able to do that, you can. Because essentially there's people that are living their best lives, and, they're eating McDonald's, they're eating meat, and they're still able to have, shredded six packs and look good and be bodybuilders and whatever they want to have. And then there's ones that, will tell you that, how bad fast food is. And like I said, it's a story you're telling you in your head. If you feel like you're eating battery acid and Play-Doh when you're going to Mickey D's, then that's on you. You know what I mean? Because that's no good for nobody. You got to get in here and reprogram this. Because, you get to the point where you can start telling you stuff that you can create stories of a place that may or may not exist. And I feel like that's the whole way the health industry and, how fads get started. Like, I'm not to say what does and doesn't exist, but be as it may, you can understand that people can create a new story about something that may or may not have already been there, but they're bringing it to the light. And once that comes out of the darkness, then you gotta deal with the boogeyman. You know what I mean? If you let them stay in the shadows like in Ghost, you know what I mean? They're just gonna go and just zap away. And you know, I know it was a quick, crazy reference from Ghost here to get you some quick, you know, Patrick Swayze flow going, you know what I mean? Those demons used to scare me when I was a kid, man. It would really get to me. And speaking of being a kid, we're still somebody's kid out there. I want you to understand that, you know, all kids grow, and all of us grow. So understand you got to get into that flow. Everybody is somebody's kid. I'm somebody's kid. You're somebody's kid. Don't forget that. You know, so it doesn't matter about how old you are. If you never met your parents, your biological parents, you're still somebody's kid, because we're all here. We're all based out of excitement. Don't forget that. I really stressed that out in my arousal video, where essentially to have sex, people are excited to, you know, excited in the moment. Why do you think you're alive? You're alive to be excited. So go ahead and feel that. Don't let a zombie rob you of that. And like I said, you can grab yourself back at any given time, because essentially sometimes you gotta play the role in certain spots where you gotta just let it go. But don't let it drain you out. You know what I mean? So you can pick yourself back up. You don't have to, you know, get done from the situation and be like, all right, I gotta go, you know, drink, or I gotta go take some drugs, or whatever you gotta do. Essentially, you are your own drugs. You just take yourself a couple breaths, you give yourself a pump, and you understand that you're alive, man. Whatever's inside you, man, you got the energy to bring it out, to bring it through at any given time. And like I said, man, that's a beautiful thing that, you know, I'm here to tell you about, because don't let anybody rob you from being yourself. And another Rocky Balboa line that I love to say is, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. So believe in you. I believe in you. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing to just be alive today, man. And like I said, man, you know, we got this whole new moon coming in, and we got a whole bunch of beautiful things coming into life. And I intend on everybody out there to not let anybody rob them of their energy that you have, because you are radiant, you are beautiful, and everything that you have in you is from the stars and beyond. And you are an energy source, and you just got to reach in and understand that you have it. And when you manifest that energy, you can put it into the best. You can put it into that huge piece of meat down there, have it swing to the knees, throb to the pecs, making you your best. You know what I'm talking about here, having us grow into the giants that we are. Talking about heading the clouds, man. We're not talking about worrying about the gremlins and the zombies at your feet. You know what I mean? Of course, not snapping on your friend's house, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You have that huge piece of meat throb between the pecs. Give it a kiss. How you doing? You know what we're going with. And like I'm saying here, man, you got me rambling like a monkey in a tree. I had to say a Forrest Gump analogy. You know what I'm saying. Any which way that you got to go to make yourself grow, it starts with the flow of smiling, laughter, and keeping yourself cool, keeping that energy flowing, because that's going to always keep you growing. And always check your energy at any given time. Essentially, that's what everybody is saying out there. You know, no matter what perspective, what interpretation that they're giving it, you know, because, you know, they're going to give you a chart and this and that. And you know, like I say, man, I do the whole semen retention and no fap, and I really charge my chi and my energy. And, you know, everybody out there is going to tell you why you want to wait so many days. And, you know, I like to charge my chi, and I explain that a lot in my videos. I listen to Montauk Chi, and I feel that I can harness the healing orgasm to put into my muscles, into my hair, into my skin, and I put it where I need it to grow. And like I said, he's more of a surgeon with it. He's like a ninja. He puts it in his kidneys, his organs. It's all about what the mind is telling you that it's going to do, essentially, because that's how you're connected to the orgasm anyways. Because if you're just thinking that you're just blowing a load for no reason, then you are. But if you understand that you got the universe down there, you know what I mean? Because essentially we were all a piece of God, and you got a piece of God hanging down there. And essentially that's what is a part of what creates us, what create life, the excitement. And you're able to take that seed and put it into you. I mean, you've got Bible references and, you know, talking about sowing seeds and this and that. We're talking about giving the life-giving fertilizer and putting it back into you. And, you know, whether you instead of excreting it out, you can naturally bring it back in. Of course, you got to have that mind connected, because this is all on the chakra, the system, you know, the fire line that we're talking. Got that crown floating up there, that third eye right there roaring. We're talking that pituitary gland where the HGH comes through when you're dreaming at night. And you know me, man, I'm always tripping that DMT, Joe Rogan, and I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is sleep. I'm battling it out in the astral realms. I'm dreaming vividly, and I'm always able to see, you know, colors and stuff, and just a whole bunch of different dimensions. Whether it's a Tarantino flick, or if I'm living, you know, flying, or I'm a giant sucking my huge piece of meat. That's right. You know what I'm saying, man. Essentially, if you're able to, you know, at least feel that you had a dream, even if it's a nightmare, you're dripping that DMT. And like I say, before you go to sleep, you always set the intentions when you're going into the construct of, you know, rebuilding yourself at night. You know what I mean? Just, you know, like I say, when Neo's like, you know, talking to Tank, and he's like, Tank, load me. I need guns. You're gonna load these guns, because before you go to bed, always have the right, you know, the size in your mind, and, you know, what you want to do. But essentially, like I say, man, I've been talking about that a lot in my last couple videos, and like I say, man, you know, the thought of the day, the word of the day is to not let zombies take any energy from you, because you are beyond them. There's no way that they can rob you of you, because you are you. You are right here, man. You are beautiful. Don't you forget that. So anytime that you're out there, even these zombies that are, you know, are people that you think are zombies, just intend on them to have a beautiful day and to feel love. And you're going to change that whole situation and scenario. It's going to make it a more beautiful experience. I promise you that. So for that, you know me, I'm about to close this segment yet again, because, you know, we're going to have plenty more to come. We got this new moon coming in. Set some intentions of growth, man. Let's be the giants that we are. Have that huge piece of meat, grow even bigger. You know what we're talking about here. Naturally raising the testosterone and the HGH, being the gods that we already are. Growing huge. Like I said, man, get at me and my, you know, in the BCC. Check out my social media, my cat C, my wolf and my bear are always there. A couple of Pekingese. Whole bunch of cameos this year, some travel. Got a whole bunch of beautiful things going on. Intend on you guys to feel some love and spread some love. I'll be seeing you guys around. Peace.